Welcome to Business Online Playbook, a practical podcast for marketers, founders, and creative leaders building brands in the real world. Each episode breaks down how modern businesses actually grow online, what's working, what's changing, and what most people get wrong. Let's get into it. Today, I've got a guest on who's shaking up the digital game for over 2 decades, Will Reynolds, the founder of Seer Interactive, a search-focused agency that's earned serious respect for mixing heart, hustle, and data at scale. He's also one of the most candid voices in marketing, known for dropping truth bombs on stage and on LinkedIn. He's down to share as long as it doesn't get him sued or put in jail. And honestly, if Will ever does something, say that risky, I think there's a business model to be built around it. So I'm just putting that out there. By the way, I use your questions GPT to be extra meta. So these are all you. It's basically Will interviewing Will.
Yo, you know what? I think that none of us do enough of is tell people whose content we reuse that we use it. I found somebody the other day that showed me something and I grabbed him. I was like, look at what I'm building because of you. Because as any creator, I mean, we're humans. We need some kind of feedback loop to feel like, does somebody out there give a shit? So that's awesome. It's good to hear.
When did you last change your mind about something big in marketing and what led to that?
A year and a half ago, I was like, ooh, I think SEO people are going to be the right people to win in AI search. And now I'm not so sure about that. Because I'm watching the tactics that SEO people are deploying, listicles and dumb shit. I'm watching myself get destroyed on certain AI searches where I'm like, what? I'm getting destroyed on this. I've got all this PR, all this press, all this stuff, all these and it's not finding me? Oh, because some douchebag built a listicle with 10 companies listed I've never heard of as the top generative AI agencies, and they've shared it around enough websites where they're ranking. So I'm like, oh no. For the first time, CEOs are freaking out about this stuff. We have the knowledge to be able to be like, oh, now you want to hear what I got to say? When I was doing SEO, you didn't want to hear from me. Now you want to hear what I got to say, and we're walking in with let's put up this fucking listicle on your website. We're going to get thrown back out at the kiddie table and destroy this opportunity.
What's something too many marketers are sleeping on right now?
In-house influencers. My growth on LinkedIn is directly correlated to my pipeline growth. I've already done the math. You know what's not? My AI visibility score. You know what's not? My traffic from search engines. You know what's not? It's all those things. So I'm like, no, people, and here's what I love. I love when people get scared to do work that I'm willing to do so I can just expand my fucking moat on them morons. It's like I put more of my ideas out on the internet to be completely destroyed by people to make me better, attach new ideas, make me think differently. And most people are like, oh, I don't want to put this out because I'm not sure if it doesn't sound right. And great. In the time that it took you 3 months to write something, I've put out 100 to 150 different ideas for scrutiny to figure out what resonates with people and what doesn't. And you held on to your own thing. Just put it into the world, see what happens, build on top of it. And then I think also we overthink our metrics. Oh, well, Drew gets 50 people to like his stuff when he does it, and I only got 5. Well, last week, was it 4? Because that's growth. But I think we compare ourselves to people who have been doing it for a long time, and we lose our confidence. So I would say people are heavily underinvested in building out internal influencers.
It's like you've been reading my diary. We say this all day, and my friend Doug Lawson likes to say, claps aren't cash. I'm only looking to connect with one person on a post. So if I get 50,000 likes, I'm still looking to connect with one person.
And dude, stop the tracking. Our ability to track marketing impact the way that we did 5 years ago is still burned into people's brains, but it don't work that way no more, dog. It's like people are talking about you. If you write shit that people actually like, they're talking about you somewhere in circles that you have no idea, and all that traffic someday is just going to show up as direct. So then you're like, oh, well, what do I do with that? No, my direct traffic has over doubled. My percentage of traffic that is direct has doubled in the last 18 months. And when that number increases at that high of a rate, then your expectation of being able to track and do attribution must decrease in accordance with that increase because it's a catch-all.
Yeah. No, so true. What should brands be asking before they touch AI?
What do we want our customers to know about us? The most important prompt to track is tell me about and the name of my company by model. Because then it says, oh, well, if I've written down what I wish people knew about my business, and then I said, tell me about Seer Interactive on Gemini 3, Pro, Flash, blah, 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 blah. Then I start to see the disconnects between who I say I want to be and what I want to be known for against what the AI knows about me. That's the thing that I think people should do like first before you do anything. What do they already know about you? What do they believe about you? And then does that line up with what you want to be known about or what you want to be believed about? And that gap is the work.
What's one obvious truth about SEO that's actually bullshit once you dig into the data?
Obvious truth about SEO. I believe that it might be a little basic for some people, but it's what I believe and what I think when I hear you ask this question. That there is a correlation between if I rank in X position, I should get Y traffic. And if I get Y traffic, I should get Z conversions. And Z conversions has this much value to me. I think those days are over. I think because the SERP is under so much change that you can have a top ranking and get you 3%. You can have a top ranking depending on what's around it, and it can get you 0.03%. And it's like, ooh, the hottest of the hot takes on this is stop trying to track ROI from these content and marketing efforts because you just can't do it because things are happening in circles that you just don't know. So what you want to do is say, do I feel like I'm writing and putting things into the world that people give a shit about? And then your proxy for that could be shares, likes, maybe you get traffic from a Twitter or a LinkedIn, but then that has to become like your leading indicator to be like, if I just keep doing that and I just keep writing stuff that people like and that people come back to over and over again, that's the job. Because somewhere they'll think of me when I have a problem that I might be able to solve.
How are you seeing trust show up or fall apart in the customer journey today with the AI and all the other crap that we didn't have 2 years ago?
This has been my focus of all my upcoming presentations. There's a book I read called Speed of Trust, and it reminded me, it was just a good reminder that trust is built over time and broken in an instant. Like, if you're married and you've been faithful for 99.99% of the minutes of your marriage, and you're unfaithful for those 5 minutes, doesn't matter. Trust is now broken. So, and now you may never get the chance to rebuild, or maybe you get the chance to rebuild, but it's going to be a lot of work. Hope it was worth it. I look at AI the exact same way. You start peppering in a little bit of AI, and somewhere somebody starts feeling like, ooh, that? Like, we just had a super embarrassing moment in the company. Like, I haven't been this embarrassed in 15 years. And I wrote about it last time, the night that it happened. We did something that was really embarrassing. I wrote about it, posted a post about it. And then we just had something like that happen recently where a slide deck went out and it was like all AI driven on a piece of business that would have really revolutionized our business. And obviously we didn't get it. And I wrote the person, I was like, I'm completely embarrassed by the presentation that you got. And now everybody in that row that saw that and didn't stop that train and send that thing out, I go, you got no taste. Because people with taste go, oh, I'm not putting my name on this. So then you broke trust. And now you broke trust. Now you got to rebuild it. So yeah, you saved an hour, but you lost my trust. Is my trust worth more than an hour? Now I work around you. Now you don't get my consulting and my advice where I pull you aside and go, hey, 27 years of experience over here doing this shit. Here's some stuff I would recommend. I'm not spending my time with you because I can spend time with you and you can go out and do low quality shit with that time. So I'm gonna work around you. And it's your job to now build back up trust with me. I'm the cheated on spouse. You embarrassed me. I'm not doing work to try to meet you halfway. You lost work because you took shortcuts. You ruined one of my friendships because that's who came in was a friend. So you hurt one of my relationships. Now I'm also associated with that cheating bullshit. How did I get wrapped up into this? So I had to immediately call it out for what it was. And now you got to build that trust back up. Sorry. And I think too many of us act as if agents are going to be making all the decisions. I don't even buy a fucking travel charger without looking at it and clicking on it and clicking on a couple images. Like, so we're sure as hell not going to be doing that for services. So how are people making decisions about services and what service providers to hire for things? Human connection. Don't fuck up the human connection doing some dumb AI shit, having it write your blog posts, and it leaves something in that you didn't realize. And now people are like, wait, when it says, hey, here's the revised version of the blog post, and then you copy and pasted the whole thing and put it into a freaking LinkedIn, lost trust. How many people saw that and went, oh, you just copy and pasted this out of fucking, you put that little effort, unfollow, or, next time I see it, now I'm thinking, is this guy like doing the same thing that I saw last time? Like, he's one of those AI people. I don't even know if this is real. I think a lot of us are going to lose trust, which is great because I refuse to let AI write for me, just straight up. I refuse to have AI choose what parts of my videos to cut up, right? And it's like so much of the job to be done is to be different. In AI, we all know it. It's going to lead us to the same path. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can prompt it to holy hell, or you can just write what you fucking feel. I find that sometimes they're trying to prompt. Now, I will tell you this. The less vanilla you are, the harder it is for you to get an AI to sound like you. And that's a pro because I just build my moat on that, right? I'm never going to use AI to try to sound like me, ever. Give me ideas. Help me to think through things. I'm going to write it all up my fucking self. And I think too many of us are going to lose trust. So, yeah, I think a lot of people out there are mortgaging their trust to get back a little extra time. And then someday, you're like, what am I going to do with all this time now that nobody wants to work with me? That sounds like a you problem.
I have a very unique voice that's not for everyone, which is by design. But I got a proposal last week, or maybe it was this week, that was obviously written by AI because they had a $7,000 a month budget and they called out 5 channels, and which is, only AI could think that you could do that. And I called it out, and I don't know that I'm ever going to hear back from them, but either 90% they're going to just, put it to the side because I was like, clearly you had AI write this proposal and someone's asleep at the wheel with your marketing, and we'd love to step in and help you make a bunch of money, or at least, do the things that you need to do to make money. But there's also a 10% chance that they're going to be like, wow, like everyone else kissed my ass. This guy called me out, said specifically why it was wrong, said specifically what we could do. And I'd at least like to meet him. And so that was my thing, is I'd rather take that 1 in 10 or that 1 in 20 or that 1 in 50 and build a genuine connection than just throw slop, but do a volley of slop back at the slop.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're all getting that radar. We're all getting that radar of like, oh, this kind of feels like AI. And when you get that radar, that feeling, the question we need to ask ourselves is, when you have that feeling, does your trust in that person that sent that to you increase or decrease? We all look at certain documents and go, this feels a little AI-ish. Then the first thing we do is we go, that's Drew, that's Will, doubt it. And then we look for clues. And then we start
counting M dashes.
They're not who I thought they were.
Yeah.
People are stupid with this shit. Like when I started a year ago, I started looking at the words that ChatGPT or whatever was constantly putting into blog posts whenever I would have it help me to write. All you got to do is do a fucking search in your Gmail to be like, do I use these words normally? If yes, keep using them. Use ever-evolving landscape all day because you used to say that pre-AI. Now, post, you never said that before. So what words is the AI putting in your posts that you never used to say before? It's so easy to get a before and after data set. Another great thing that happens when you write a lot. Writing also helps you get your thoughts out. It makes you form thoughts. It makes you think about an audience. ChatGPT is just like, here's your post. Boom. You're like, what? Like, no. So like that, it's the writing and having that library of writing that helps me to go, oh, just look at all the words that I most often use. And then let's look at this ChatGPT shit. And people go, oh, and now you can build a bot to find those and replace those with this. No, I'd rather just go for a walk and talk into my phone for 10 minutes and have it use my actual voice and my tone and what I say.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid of those trust loss moments. It's funny. We're mortgaging our fucking trust with this AI shit. So what happens is I'm so afraid of letting AI write for me or do too many things for me, not on little prototypes and things that I build, not on like ideation, on writing. Because if somebody gets the feeling that, this feels a little AI-ish, that person, all their referrals, poof, gone. Hope it was worth it.
What's the time the data told you one thing, but your gut told you something else, and you went with your gut?
Just the good shit. You know what? It's less the data and it's more consensus. I think the whole way I try to run my business is very, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, right? Like, so when people go, oh, this is what you should do for your employees. Oh, here's an example. So entry-level employees at our company, I think it paid, like our minimum salary is 68 grand, which means we are overpaying people for entry-level talent. So seems like the right thing to do. My janitor makes 68 grand to clean up after 7 people who come into this office. I had a chance to change her life. She brings her family in to be like, oh my God, I want you guys to meet this guy. Why? Because we can buy a house now. Okay. What did the data say? The data would say, well, Will, think about how many companies outsource their janitorial and then go and have a Black Lives Matter fucking protest or some bullshit. Fuck you. Like, the black people in your tech company are mostly security and freaking building security and janitorial. Why don't you let them get the same benefits as everybody else in your freaking company? I read an article about that like 8 years ago. I was like, oh shit, we're not outsourcing janitorial anymore, but that's the consensus. Outsource it. It's not core function. Yeah, taking care of people is core function.
Can't agree with that more.
I mean, the other thing too is like, I mean, this year, I think we gave 35-ish% of all of our profit back to the team. We're very aggressive in profit share. No, the data says, well, save it for R&D or, whatever. And it's just like, nah, I'm good. Like, let me try to bring some more people along. So I think the people side is where I've probably been most irreverent on how I choose to run the business from a data standpoint.
When a founder says we want to rank number one, like what's the conversation they should really be having with you?
What are the set of assumptions that you believe that will lead to for your business? And then they ask you, they answer it. And then you say, and what else? And then they give you more. And then you say, and what else? And they give you more. And you go, is that how you keep your job? And then they pause and they reflect. Your investors, is that in your 10K? Your 10Q? No? Okay. What are the assumptions? And usually it's like, oh, well, if I rank number one, then I'll get more traffic. Well, have you looked at the SERP for that lately? You're operating on old, you're COBOL, bro. Like, that's an old way of thinking. That if you rank number one, like you did at your last job 6 years ago, that you got 6% click-through rates and that you did all the math. And then that math led to X. Let me show you the actual math. You sure you still want to rank number one? You're out here writing AI slop content to try to chase that number one ranking instead of finding ways to use AI to interview the people inside your company that have been with you for 15, 16 years and ask them what they think about these topics so you get an authentic voice out there. Because right now people are buying authenticity. In a world of this fake AI shit, you're trying to find the most real motherfuckers out there. Oh, they'll give it to me straight. Great. I'll take that.
What's the difference between content that moves traffic and content that moves people?
Content that moves traffic, it's about visibility. I don't get paid in visibility. If you don't figure out how to turn visibility into people believing things about your business, I believe these people could help me someday. Cool. I want to follow them. I want to sign up for their newsletter. That then puts you in an opportunity to be chosen by them when their problems pop up that they think you can solve. Visibility alone does not get you believed or chosen. Dare I say, if you take a lot of shortcuts on your way to being visible, people see that and go, oh, God, is this the work that they did to be visible? I love when I pitch for a geo project and I show someone, let me just show you how they got ranked. So that's what they're going to do for you. Is that what you want to do? Go ask them to take that page, to turn their screen on, share screen as they go through their Google Analytics, and ask them to look at the direct traffic to that page. Why is there no direct traffic to that page? Because all we worried about was being visible. So now we're showing up in our AI tracker as being visible, but that page never gets shared from one human to another human to where that traffic would come in direct. Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, WhatsApp groups, all the Discord, all the places where humans get together to share recommendations with other humans, email, All that's direct. So you got this page and it's getting all this visibility. Great. Can you show me how much traffic you're getting to that page direct? And then show me how many people are hitting key events on your website after they get there. Oh, I don't want to show you that. Well, why not? Why not? Because you're going to ask me to do that because that's what you did. So okay, let's play this out. I don't want to look at my Google Analytics someday and find out that the shit you did for me that got me visible doesn't lead to any humans thinking better about my brand where they want to share it with other humans.
That's awesome. I promised Neil I would get you out of here on time, so I'm going to do that. I will say I saw you speak in person 3 times in 2025, which I'm going to say is as much as anyone who doesn't work at Seer. Oh, I feel like it's awesome that you showed up to have this conversation with me. I'm going to be seeing you a bunch more in 2026. I just love, you're the canary in the coal mine with the AI. You're out there like trying not to drop dead. And I appreciate
Dude,
that. So thank
I'll
you.
come back for an interview with you every 4 months.
Okay.
These
I'm going to
questions,
take you up
are
on
good.
that. I'm going to
These
take you up
questions
on
are
that.
good.
Thank you.
They're making me think. And don't send them to me in advance as long as you give me the
No.
grace to like pause a
Okay.
little bit and think. Because the questions are making me think. They're making me shape my ideas. And I really appreciate that.
That's it for this episode of Business Online Playbook. If this was useful, share it with someone building a brand.